What's up, guys? To another episode of OverTheTopTalk Predictions podcast. Welcome, my co-host Anthony. How we doing today?
Doing good, man. How are you?
Doing fantastic, man. And we have couple of special guests. One's here right now, but welcome Joe Panther the Third, first time on the podcast.
What's going on, guys?
How are you, man?
Good, not throwing up gang signs. I'm just dancing. watching
Perfect.
too much with Bel Air. Sorry, trying to be hard like Carlton.
So we got Backlash in like 2 days. How we feeling?
Huh? It's
I'm
pretty
excited.
interesting. Yeah.
What's up, Leo?
Hey, Leo, what's up, man? Long time no
What's
see.
going on? Oh no.
It's been a
All right.
minute.
Yeah, I think Rumble season, I would say.
Yeah, I think it was a Rumble last time we were in the room with you. I think I was the latest I stayed up to hang out with you guys, and I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fall asleep right on my computer. My head's gonna hit the computer like I just got knocked out. It's gonna be like, well, Joe died.
Oh my god.
We can start
Yeah.
with the first match here. I want to discuss the Randy Orton and Kevin Owens versus this new Bloodline tag team with Tama Tonga and Solo. How we feeling about that?
What do you think, guys?
I think
I think it's a little. I think it's a little cheesy right now. I'm not gonna lie. We just had the draft happen, but Tama Tonga, he just runs in at first. He's like already this dominant powerhouse, like off the rip. I think they can like take it to good places though. Tama Tonga obviously is already a main eventer in the company. Like he's up there with the Bloodline, and people are saying that the Bloodline are gonna get into the Hall of Fame altogether as a faction. So he's already basically a Hall of Famer probably. And I think at Backlash we're gonna see something to do with the Usos getting back together. And Owen just lagged out, but I think we're gonna see the Usos get back together in some way or some capacity to take out Tama Tonga and Solo.
Okay.
What do you think, Leo?
honestly, I think in this match, I think the Bloodline are gonna win because I think if you want to establish, Solo and Tama Tonga as like a powerful duo, this is the way to do it. I really think in this match, this is probably where Jacob Fatu might be involved and he may make his presence felt, and this might give them the upper hand to win.
I agree.
Pretty much, guys. I feel the same way because the Bloodline storyline, everybody's like, oh, it's over because Roman's not there, and the tribal chief's not there. This storyline could take off, because the new guys, the new people coming in with Tama Tonga, that can make this even cooler. Because what if we start adding like the older, like Rikishi and people like that from the family? What if the family starts coming out because they don't like what Solo's doing and Tama Tonga are doing, and then Rikishi comes out and says, guys, this is not what the family wanted. This is not what the elders want. What are you doing?
Mhm.
And they go after him, and then it really starts making it like, ooh, they're turning on the family. You know what I mean? Like build up the storyline like that.
I actually saw this picture right here. If you can see this, that's a War Games match that
Roman,
predicted.
Usos, and Sammy. Yeah,
versus The Rock, Solo, Tama Tonga, and Jacob Fatu.
yeah, I
At
can see
Survivor
that.
Series. I think that would be awesome. But I agree with you, Joe, about saying Rikishi getting involved and the elders, because we did see Cody, slap The Rock, talk bad about the elders at the press conference. So Rikishi could still be upset about that. And with all the fighting going on the bloodline, I definitely could see that happening.
Yeah.
And I honestly looked at this Backlash. Some of these matches I feel like could be more on like the Raw or SmackDown. Like I feel like
Yeah, that's
obviously
true.
they're throwing this Bloodline tag team match into it, but I feel like that's a match that we could see on like SmackDown or
Yeah, because when you think about it, most of the matches that are on the card is mainly for SmackDown. There's only one match that's really representing Raw.
Mm-hmm.
I guess moving the fences here, which I kind of I haven't been paying too much attention, but the WWE Women's Championship match between Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Bailey. I just don't see Bailey losing this early.
Nah, she's not losing this soon after they give it to her. I think Naomi might take the pin in this one because I think they want to keep Tiffany Stratton looking strong going forward. I think that is a future feud that they probably will revisit maybe after this. But I can also see them doing Nia Jax after what happened last week on SmackDown and stuff like that. So don't I wouldn't rule that out as well. So those are like two feuds that she's probably gonna be doing probably post this show.
I think Nia Jax is still gonna stay in the realm of the Women's World Championship. You know, with the fight.
She did get moved to SmackDown.
Well, yeah, but yeah.
Because she did just move to SmackDown and everything, and then she did kind of get involved with Bailey a little bit. So
yeah.
Do we think she's gonna join the Bloodline?
I would even go the distance and say maybe Naomi and Nia Jax both join, and have them be like, because I know because at first I was gonna say a couple of years ago you could have done that and you could have had Tamina and Nia Jax be part of it, but now with Naomi being back and Tamina pretty much quietly retiring, this is a great way to kind of have women be involved in the Bloodline to kind of spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, because there's no girls, there's no female. If you look at the actual Bloodline of, you go back and watch the YouTube video that has all of them, there's some female members of the family.
On the family tree, yeah.
Oh my gosh, some of them. There's two of them that are in WoW.
Yeah,
I think they're twin sisters. I believe I heard about them. Yeah, they are on there. Tamina was on there. Naomi was on there. Nia was on there. All of them were on there.
The only reason why, actually, wait, I'm actually thinking about something because we were talking about a few weeks ago that that tag team, you know, Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair, we expect them to turn heel. That faction right there. So if Naomi does turn heel, I could see her join the Bloodline with Jimmy leaving, you know. So then we would have them bickering as husband and wife. I don't know if they would have them on screen televised as husband and wife. Like they've done it before Naomi got cut.
Yeah, the Mandy Rose. They did use that in the Mandy Rose feud.
I could see a face Jimmy Uso trying to like get a heel Naomi out of the Bloodline. I could see that happening.
Yeah, that's a story I can see them playing where it's like the Bloodline's like manipulating Naomi, and he comes back into the fold to kind of do like what Jay did to kind of get him out. I would like to see that play on screen, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
Something like
Oh, you can go, Joe.
Just something like they you know how they always with the hood thing, someone hits the move and they take the hood off. Have her do something like she grabs his leg, like he's about to go for the 3, and she pulls his leg, and they're like, and then he gets distracted and he gets the finishing move on him, and when he gets pinned, he'll pop up and she'll pull up the hood, and he'll be like, "What the hell?" Like, no.
Yeah. The Bloodline is obsessed with wearing black hoodies for some reason. So
it's like a fraternity. It's like a
frat. It's a rite of passage, honestly.
Ta-da! They should just say ta-da and drop the streamers. Ta-da! No,
I could also see with Naomi joining the Bloodline. You know, they have the men's, like all those people of the Bloodline terrorizing like the whole male roster. They have them just going through the gauntlet, attacking people. But I could see Naomi as a heel with a Bloodline carrying it over to the women's division and attacking all of them. Kind of maybe if Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair stay face, and Naomi comes in and attacks them, you know, kind of being like, "You forgot about me" type thing, you know, kind of leaving her behind because they were working together. But now Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are kind of ahead right now, kind of
Yeah.
forgetting about Naomi. So I could see that playing out somehow.
Yeah, you could do that, or you can have Jade Cargill and Bianca, because I feel like they're gonna win the tag titles and stuff like that. I feel like that would be a great feud. You can have, like you said, have that feud with Naomi, feeling like she's forgotten about her and Nia Jax running roughshod of the women's division on SmackDown, and then you have them two face each other for the tag titles at some point, and you can probably establish Nia and Naomi as a true dominant force to be reckoned with as a tag team.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, kind of moves us on to like the next match, which I think is going to be the most obvious prediction.
Yeah.
The Kabuki Warriors versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill and Bianca, they're winning. I don't. It doesn't even. We don't even need to convince anybody. It just makes sense. Like, what reason? Why would you have Kabuki Warriors retain? They had literally done nothing with the tag titles to begin with, and I do give credit where credit's due. They are like a legitimate tag team. They're not thrown together, but at the same time, it feels like it's run its course. And plus, they're probably going to be doing some other things on Raw anyway.
Yeah, and I'm seeing, this Bianca Belair and Jade, like if they win the titles,
nobody's gonna take it from
never
them,
dropping them until they
unless it's like
at some point.
The only way I can see them dropping it, I don't think it should happen. The only way I can see them dropping it is if Becky Lynch and Charlotte come back together. That's the only way I can see them dropping those tag titles.
Yeah, Becky Hogan.
Oh Lord, no.
Yeah, we keep seeing that, but we also forgot to mention Becky. I mean, it was Tiffy time. When you said Tiffy, I'm like, no. It still got in my head when she was doing that meme of her skipping down the hallway and they're putting like music to it now. It's so funny. Oh, internet.
But yeah. But Leo, I do agree with you there. With Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill winning those tag team titles. Like, I know Triple H was saying that he wants to like lower down the tag, like not the tag team titles, but title reigns in general, not to be so long. But nobody's dethroning them. Like, once they have the belts, like there's no there's no tag team you can convince me that can beat those two.
They might have like the longest reign. I feel like if they do take the titles off of them, I don't see it happening until like Rumble next year. And then you can probably build Bianca versus Jade one-on-one, non-title from Mania 41. That's how I see it happening.
And I feel like with like the lack of dominant female tag teams as well, that they're just not going to drop them like anytime soon if they get it.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm going to move us on to Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles, which is going to be, obviously
Cody
Rhodes' first.
Either main event or co-main event, yeah.
I hope it's the co, because I hope the Jey Uso match is the main event, but
hopefully.
Obviously, I think this match is going to pop. I just obviously don't see Cody Rhodes losing at all.
He's holding that title for a year. I don't see him losing it to like Mania next year or even probably after that. I feel like the thing with these two, we've never seen them face, which is cool. We know these two are gonna actually go out there and give us a great match, like because they're capable of doing that. I just feel like the feud is not that good. Like they just started this feud. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this takes place over multiple pay-per-views going forward. Like I can see them doing like a trilogy or something, because I just don't see anybody else really in the position to challenge Cody right now that will actually make sense, because everybody else that I feel like is either doing something else or hasn't been built up yet.
Definitely. I totally agree with you saying. I think when we're going to see Cody drop the belt, I would like to see it to a heel Randy Orton next year. I think giving Randy Orton that title, that would be number 15, right? If he wins it next year.
Yeah, it's 15.
Yeah, I think that would be nice. But I agree with you with a trilogy match. I think we're going to see multiple matches with AJ. Probably here. Well, definitely here. And then we might see another one possibly at Clash of the Castle. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think at SummerSlam is gonna be like the Brock Lesnar with Cody again. It's gonna wrap up at SummerSlam. Like Cody's the last.
I think for Cody at SummerSlam, either if Rock is not back, then I'll say it'll probably be Randy, because I feel like Randy's gonna be probably like a plan B that they would use if Rock is not back in time with his schedule right now.
Yeah, I would love to see a Randy versus Cody match at some point. Like arguably, I want to see a heel Randy Orton though. I don't know like if they have enough time to build him up as like that big of a heel in that short amount of time, but I do want to see a heel Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes.
I'm just gonna like I just really don't want to see a Cody Rhodes versus Rock match at all. Like,
I mean, neither do I, but I feel like it's gonna happen only because of everything that happened at 40, where Cody did get pinned by Rock on night 1. Then they had that little exchange on night like after the night after Mania night 2 on Raw, and pretty much they had that little exchange where he was holding the belt. He says it feels good, and then he told Cody that when he comes back, he's coming for that championship. So they pretty much already just told you right then and there that it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I gotta go. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so sorry if I have to leave so soon, but I got to take care of
man. Have a good night, man.
You guys have a good one. Stay awesome, guys.
You too.
You too.
You too, man.
No problem.
And I guess we can get on.
Before we go on to the next one real quick, I was gonna say, because before I started talking, I was gonna say, obviously this is where Cody, gets that one up on Rock. I hope it's a clean match though. That's like I don't want to see Bloodline members get involved. Like I don't want Solo to run out. I don't want Tonga to run out. I know, but Cody still has the Avengers.
Here's what they could do, because I feel like there's gonna be bloodline interference. I feel like what they do is they have the bloodline interference, and this is how we have Roman Reigns returns, and he kind of fends off everybody and helps Cody retain, and that's kind of how you start, this Rock and Roman feud going into Mania 41, because I feel like it should kick off at SummerSlam and then culminate at 41 next year.
I actually thought you were about to take the words out of my mouth. I was going to say possibly a returning Seth Rollins comes back and helps Cody fend off The Rock. Like, do you think we could see both of them come out at the same time?
I could, but I think Seth is going to be back, because honestly, one of the matches that I'm pretty much fantasy booking, hopefully it happens, is Seth Rollins versus Ilya Dragunov at SummerSlam.
I mean, I can't doubt you, because you've been right about like almost everything you've predicted. Like it's crazy.
Like me and Anthony were texting the other day. You predicted the Liv Morgan Dominic Mysterio thing.
I did. I predicted that like months in advance, and I'm kind of still predicting like her using Dominic to get into Judgment Day.
Oh my! Did you see them walk out of the same room?
Yeah,
that clip
bro.
of them
People
walking
were
out of the
going
same
crazy
room
on Twitter. Like people was like saying, "Oh, they was getting it in before they had to go before Night had her match. Liv and Night had their match." Oh my
God, that was crazy.
You know what I just thought about? Because somebody had brought this idea up. What they could do, I know she's not on the card at all, but what if what happened last night, Rhea and Ray versus Liv and Dom at some point this year? That would be so cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Okay. But sticking with Backlash with the final match we can talk about here is the Jey Uso versus Damian Priest match. I don't know if that's gonna be. I think it's realistically gonna be the co-main event, but I have two ways. Obviously, I think Jay's the number one face.
He needs it on, honestly, but it's like I don't know if they're gonna pull the trigger, because I feel like it would be I wouldn't say it would be a bad decision to have Jay lose, but at the same time you're shooting yourself in the foot, because you literally drafted him the first pick in the draft this past year, like just last week. and then usually when you're drafted number one, that means the company sees you as a top guy or woman in the company, and they have big plans for you. They see you as a world champion. And if you're drafting Jay as number one, okay, people are going to have that assumption like, oh, he's world champion material. But then you have Damian Priest who just won the championship. So it's like, because either you have Jay lose, which is kind of gonna make him look like a loser because he can't win a title. He just can't win a single championship. And it's like you could build that story like going forward, like his redemption to finally get a single championship, which I would be all for. Because I feel like either you give it to him, which I feel like will be a great decision, because you know that crowd is going to erupt if he wins that world championship.
Yeah.
Or you continue to build this Judgment Day dissension, because you can have Judgment Day coming down there and help him. But you know, the whole story that they've been doing is where, you know, Damon doesn't want Judgment Day's help to beat anybody. So you can have them come down there, he gets upset, and they have a near fall where it looks like Jay is about to win. And then, you know, Damian Priest is able to overcome the odds and win, and you continue to build that feud. Because I feel like at SummerSlam, or at Money in the Bank rather, I think going back to last year, Finn Balor is going to win Money in the Bank, and he's going to cash in. He's going to become world champion at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I saw that Raw the other night, and I saw they've been kind of like building it, and you know, I think I'm gonna give Jay this win because Jimmy, I don't think any bloodline's gonna get involved this time, and I think this is where we're gonna see Finn Balor turn on Damian Priest.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think the Judgment Day is going to be different once Rhea comes back. Because I know a lot of people are saying that they're not going to be anymore, but I still think they're going to be a faction. I just think they're probably going to get rid of Damian, because you know Damian and, you know, Rhea are kind of like attached at the hip. And I feel like you can have Rhea and Damian on one side, and they maybe get some people to align with them to kind of go up against Judgment Day, whatever's left. Because I feel like it's going to be Dom, Balor, Liv, and then probably Priest.
Yeah.
Well, not Priest, but Balor, JD.
I think I do agree with you, Owen. I think I'm giving this match to Jay. Like you were saying too, Leo. I think each of those matches that Jay has had, you know, going for the US title, going for the IC title, going for all those mid-card titles, he had the pop to easily be the one going in as the champion. Like, he could have been the one going in as the champion. Like, he had that pop. So I think giving him the belt, the World Heavyweight Championship, is not a bad move at all. I think he can carry it through Raw. He can make it the Yeet Championship. Like, everyone's gonna love it. He'll be the most over. Like, he already is the most over on Raw. This will make him even more Raw, like even more the face of Raw. And I do see Finn winning the Money in the Bank and cashing in on Jay, kind of like saying we're gonna bring the belt back to the Judgment Day, because like Damian,
you're gonna rebuild this new Judgment Day faction.
Yeah, I don't know where this leads Damian though. Like if he's gonna go do a singles run or join another faction and go against them.
I think he's gonna go on a singles run, because you know they've been teasing that face turn. I think Rhea's gonna have something to do with it, because I really feel like we're gonna have Judgment Day be involved in War Games this year versus Rhea, Damian, and whoever else they have. I thought of an idea you could have with him being drafted just recently. Have Dijak become the new big guy in the Judgment Day. I think he can fit in that group.
And I actually have a question for both of you. Do you think we finally see Jay and Rhea fall in love on screen?
Jay and Rhea?
Because they've been like, Jay has been saying how much he loves Rhea. Like, you know, you see it every week. And like, I don't know, there's like tension between them. I could see them doing that, making Dom mad in like somehow, some way. I don't know.
I mean, you could do that because maybe Rhea can use that to kind of get back at Dom for going with the Liv now, and you can kind of have that be like a tag feud if they don't want to do Rhea and Ray versus Liv and Dom, because I think that either one of those would be, great tag matches or mixed gender tag matches. I would be all for it. I'll definitely be all for it. For sure.
Oh wait, I'm actually kind of dumb. I forgot the LWO got drafted to Raw, so it makes sense.
I was gonna throw out a question at obviously we've seen them trying to. I think they're trying to push Damian Priest to the face. Do we think him and Jay are gonna be like friends within like 3 months?
Yeah,
maybe.
I could see it. I could definitely see it. I think making them work together, maybe as like a one-off tag team. It doesn't have to be like a long thing. If they're like a tag team, to verse like Finn and Dom, like I could see that happening, like them working together. But I don't see them kind of like being a permanent thing though. Like I don't see them going on a long like tag team championship run, like nothing like that. I think they're gonna keep Jay alone for a while until maybe he joins back with Jimmy. But I think Damian. Well, what is it?
How we just said Liv and Dom were just in a backstage capacity this past Monday.
Yeah.
This is just me fantasy booking. What if, because we know Sami Zayn is over and he's a face. What if Liv helps Dom, or Dom finds himself in a situation where he's competing for the Intercontinental title and Liv helps him become Intercontinental champion? That would be crazy.
I mean, that's not like, the thing is, like, that's not far-fetched. Like, that could happen. That could easily happen.
Because he did win the North American title. I mean, people didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
He could win Money in the Bank and people wouldn't bat an eye.
Wait, just to go off topic for 1 second, can we talk about Wesley returning? Like, that was crazy.
Oh, that was crazy. I actually and then we did hear that at Battleground we're gonna have a ladder match to crown the first ever NXT Women's North American Champion. And Mia Yim returned on that NXT, and she's probably gonna be involved in that ladder match. Honestly, if you give Mia Yim the title, you could use that as a gateway to get that title on the main roster.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm going off topic.
Now I'm actually gonna go off topic here because we're seeing these Uncle Howdy hints. Braun Strowman's back. We saw Eric Rowan just signed. When do we think this is gonna start folding into place? Alexa Bliss is coming soon.
SummerSlam. I think they probably debuted at SummerSlam. I know people have been saying Backlash, but I don't want it to be too soon. I say maybe you could kind of drag this out till SummerSlam, honestly.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have been saying we already can kind of predict a lot of people that's going to be in the faction. I know people are going to say Alexa. I think she's going to be in it. And I know a couple people have reached out to me and they said maybe Liv has something to do with it where she's not in the faction, but she's aligned to an extent with him.
I agree with that. I could see kind of like, if you remember, the Bloodline kind of align with Judgment Day a little bit. I could see the Judgment Day aligning with them, but like they're not like fully together, but they're like aligned. I could
where
see
they kind of help each other out.
Yeah,
it's like a mutual thing.
Yeah, and so you think Uncle Howdy's gonna make his like appearance at SummerSlam or before that?
SummerSlam, because I think when you have them, come out and make their presence felt, you want it to be at the biggest stage possible. And if it's not WrestleMania, the next best thing is SummerSlam.
Yeah,
I think the target's gonna be Cody to start.
The target, maybe.
Like, I don't know. I was thinking like if Cody wins at SummerSlam and then he gets to get tagged after the match.
Yeah, they could do that.
Ends the night.
Yeah. I could see possibly as a side quest, like this would be like later on, like after SummerSlam. I could see them attacking Roman Reigns as revenge to avenge Bray Wyatt. I could see that happening.
Attacking all the people that got involved with Bray Wyatt and kind of pretty much beat him and done different things to him. I think that would be cool.
And just to go off topic one more time, actually, it's with Backlash. If you didn't see, John Cena and Charlotte Flair are
Yeah,
actually
they
in
are. They're
France.
there.
So, do you think we're going to see them come out?
It's a possibility. Maybe they're just there to kind of promote the show. I wouldn't be surprised. I would have said, me personally, I think Charlotte, she's gonna be back in the near future because I think one of the fantasy booking ideas that I'm going with is Bailey's not gonna be champion by SummerSlam. I think Tiffany Stratton's gonna win Money in the Bank, and she's gonna cash in on Bailey, or she wins Queen of the Ring or something like that. But I don't think she's gonna win Queen of the Ring. But Money in the Bank would definitely be a great pick for her. And then she cashes in, and then Charlotte comes back, and you have Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam.
That is a dream match. That actually is a dream match.
Kind of my last point I think I want to make for tonight about Backlash. With this Jey Uso Damian Priest match, I feel like it's just so hard to pick a side because it's like
exactly
Damian Priest didn't really he won the title, but it wasn't like he cashed in. While Jay's like the number one face, number one pick, stuff like that. So it's kind of like hard to pick who's gonna actually win between those two.
Yeah. Because I think you can have the opportunity to put the title on him now. Because I don't think he's gonna be doing anything with the bloodline until like the back half of 2024 this year. So like around SummerSlam or something. So you have at least a time to give him like a 2-3 month reign with it.
Yeah. I better not see a Claymore happen at all around this. Drew
Lord,
come out and just hit one of them with a Claymore. Like, I know he's still mad about losing his belt, but like, still.
Don't take it out on Jay. He ain't got nothing to do with it. He just in the match.
Yeah. I mean, technically, it's all CM Punk's fault. So.
Well, I feel like they're going to be doing their own trilogy, so they're probably going to be out of the title picture. I think maybe Jay. I think Finn Balor wins the world title, and then Gunther is the one to take it from Balor.
So, do you think Balor's going to have like a rotational championship reign? Like, hold it for like a tiny bit and then get beat?
Yeah, because I don't see him. I don't know how long I can see him holding it. I can see him holding it for maybe like 3-4 months. Because we're now in an era where we're not really seeing these long title reigns, but we're seeing these more 3-4 month reigns.
Because I was like thinking about this, if like it would be really sad. Because I mean, his last title reign lasted 24 hours, but I think if he holds it until Bash in Berlin, if he holds it for like a month, that is pretty short. I think it can still be kind of good, maybe.
I mean, anything longer than 24 hours is good for me.
Yeah.
Like, I would just want him to have like at least a reign, like not a very short reign like it was at SummerSlam a couple of years ago. Like I don't want that. Like I want him to have like a longer reign.
Yeah. I think he does deserve it. He's put in so much work throughout this whole Judgment Day thing. Like, even from the start, he's really carried. Well, not carried. Like, him and Damian Priest have worked together, but both of them have carried the Judgment Day. And I think him being like just torn apart by Seth Rollins on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
It's finally his time to shine. He deserves that belt. That win. He really does.
Yeah, he does. I just don't know if Jay loses, what do you do with them after? Because it's like, I don't know. Because it's like, I don't see him doing much of anything else. And he is one of the most over right now. Unless you have him be part of that King of the Ring tournament or something. And maybe, honestly, if he doesn't win the world title, he's going to be one of my picks to win Money in the Bank for the men.
Yeah.
And Money in the Bank would be great.
Yeah, I honestly just don't see Jay Lou with the amount of hype he has around him right now. And
it would be kind of a waste to kind of have that go down the drain.
Finn Balor to turn on Priest, but I don't know if they're gonna. It feels like they're pushing towards because on like Raw, I think like he knocked Finn off the ring or something like that.
Yeah. I do think they could go 2 ways with it. They could either have him win the belt. Actually, there's 3 ways. They could have him win the championship. They could have him win Money in the Bank, or they could have him, rejoin with Jimmy, and then they rebuild the Usos.
How long
Or
is Jimmy out for?
there's something that I forgot you could have said. That's a great idea. We already know the Judgment is probably going to be out there, and they're probably going to try to cheat and get involved. This is probably where we have Jimmy come back and help Jay become champion.
I could see that. And then he can find.
He actually hurt, or is it just like
what, Jimmy? I don't know.
I don't know what the severity of his injury is, though.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's actually injured or because he got his head
hit.
Yeah, got hit with the steel chair. Like he got hit with that whatever it is.
And the Samoan spike numerous times.
What's that thing called? Like when he hits him in the butt, the turnbuckle.
Oh, I forgot the name of the move.
It's Umaga's move.
Yeah,
but I don't know. But he got hit with that with a steel chair around his neck. So I see it could be like a kayfabe injury. Just for him to return. Just for him to come back at Backlash
as a face and help him win the world title, because Jimmy never did get drafted, so you could have him be on Raw. Yeah, with Jay for the time being, and you can have Roman come back on Raw. Yeah,
and realistically, Roman got because he's not signed anywhere. Roman's like
he can be on Raw because honestly, with them being on Netflix. And the fact that they're going to be like a TV-14 product on Netflix, they can get away with a lot more things.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to want someone like Roman, even though he's been on Fox for the last few years, but he hasn't been on Raw since 2018. That's the last time he was on Raw, was 2018.
Yeah, I think he'll be on Raw, especially with... When does that Netflix thing actually start?
January of 2025. In January.
I honestly forgot that happened. But obviously Backlash Saturday's an early one. I kind of not too early, but
it's more 11, 12. Yeah. It's not bad. Probably over by 3.
Actually, don't mind.
It's at 1 p.m. here.
The next 3. That's not bad. Are going to be early because we have this one, then we have King and Queen of the Ring at the end of the month, then 2 weeks after, then we have Clash at the Castle.
Yeah. I think Clash at the Castle, we're going to see some bloodline match, somehow, some way.
Yeah. Honestly, if Roman can come back early enough, I would have said maybe do Roman versus Solo at SummerSlam.
Yeah. I mean, Roman is August 2nd on SmackDown. So I guess that could happen. It'll be a one-night build-up, but that could happen, I guess.
But I mean, it really wouldn't matter only because they've been kind of building it up this entire time.
Yeah, and it's already big enough to be a co-main event. Because if Cody is on there, he's obviously the main event with the belt.
Yeah.
So I think that could be a co-main event, Roman versus Solo or something like that. And then at Survivor Series, we get that whole War Games match happening. So,
yeah, to kind of wrap it up with one last question I got. Honestly, do we think Roman's going to come back with a new theme song?
Not right away. I think he might come back with the theme he's been using, and then maybe at some point down the line, we'll probably get something else. Hopefully by then, hopefully it's not by Differable though, because
no, I would be so mad if I hear him come back to the dun 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 dun. The
only way they can get away with that, it has to be all 3 members of the Shield.
Imagine if he comes back as the big dog. Imagine he comes back as a big dog comes out with the vest on, the little goatee.
No,
just imagine.
I'm gonna be who approved this? Is my question. Just go back.
God.
Turn around. Go backstage.
I think he can come back with the tribal chief persona, but just as a face.
Exactly.
Like he already has the perfect persona right now. Like it can be like the Miz. If you remember the Miz when he turned face,
He
the
never
Miz,
really did anything face. He just
yeah,
the crowd just
he
started cheering him.
he was a face using heel tactics. So Roman Reigns could do that and still be like a face, but using heel tactics. So that would be cool.
I'm just so interested for when he comes back. It's nobody's gonna like that guy, no matter what show it is. Not like the fans, but I'm saying like kind of when like Jay joined Raw, nobody was like. I feel like it's gonna happen to Roman too,
Yeah,
where he's
I
just
think
hated
so.
by literally everybody.
Well, then we're gonna have an arc. It's gonna be a crazy Roman Reigns arc. It's gonna be going on for so long, but it's probably gonna be good. I hope it doesn't get stale. But I think the end
that's
of
my biggest fear.
the end of the day, it's gonna be like I think the last milestone is him making up with Cody, and then him going after The Rock.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much his arc when he comes back. It's like making up with the people that he has wronged, the Usos, Rollins, Cody being like that final piece. You have Sammy, like people that he has wronged, Kevin Owens, like people that he has wronged and has feuded with during his tribal chief era.
Yeah, Kevin Owens would be a tough one because like he doesn't forgive anybody.
No. Randy, even like those two are going to be the ones he cannot forget. That's not going to forget.
Yeah, Randy Orton will give you an RKO if you did nothing wrong. So
yeah, he just likes to RKO people. Like even if he likes you, he's still going to RKO you.
I know. So yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Right. I think that's a good spot to end this podcast up. But we obviously thank you for joining, Leo. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thank you to everyone who watched on YouTube.
Yep.
Listen on Spotify.
We'll see you all
and we
soon.
will see you in the next one.